Hey everybody, this is Ben Ricciardi from rotocurve.com, and I'm here with your value picks today for Fantasy Aces on Friday, July 3rd. First guy I want to talk about is Scooter Gannett. He's going up against Lorenzen from Cincinnati. Lorenzen has allowed a .307 batting average with 5 home runs and 21 innings pitched to left-handed batters. Anybody who played DFS last year knows that whenever you get a right-handed pitcher who's weak against lefties going up against Scooter, you always want to make sure you get him into your lineup. The thing that really gives him a boost up for me is they had moved him up into the 2-hole yesterday against another right-handed pitcher. So I'm expecting him to be hitting in the 2-hole again today. If you can get Scooter Gannett at near minimum price, $42.50 over on Fantasy Aces, I definitely think he's one of those cheap salary-saving options you want to make sure you get into your lineup. Especially at a hard-to-fill middle infield position. The next guy I wanted to talk about is Eddie Rosario. Rosario is a left-handed bat who has the enviable position of going up against Jeremy Guthrie today. Guthrie has a .339 batting average with 10 home runs allowed in 44 innings against left-handed bats. Rosario is a guy who's hitting .275 against right-handers so far this year and should find himself in the 5-hole for that Twins offense. Rosario is only $4,000. He's going to be in a good RBI spot today against a pitcher who really struggles with left-handed bats. So this is about as good a matchup as you could ask for him. The third guy I wanted to talk about is another middle infielder from the Phillies, and that's Cesar Hernandez. Hernandez is another guy who's only at $4K. He's going up against Julio Teheran, so it's not an easy matchup, but he's been averaging 6.3 fantasy points over his last 5 games. The lowest score he's had during those 5 games has been 5.75. He's got 5 runs scored, he has 6 RBIs, and he has 9 hits and 21 at-bats. So this is definitely a guy who's been as hot as anybody else in the league right now. They moved him up. He's now hitting second in that Phillies order, getting on base and setting the table for a guy like Maikel Franco hitting behind him, who's been driving in a lot of runs lately. So if you can get another guy at $4,000 who's been averaging, like I said, over 6 points per game, 5.75 is the lowest that he's had in the last 5 games. I think that Hernandez is a guy who's both cash game safe and gives you upside for your tournament. When you're able to fit some of these $4,000 players into your roster, it really opens up some salary so that you can go up and take a guy who you want at a maximum price, whether that be a guy like Goldie today or Arenado or a guy like a Trout or a Harper on some other days. If you don't have these cost savers, you're not going to be able to fit in the big bats that you want. And you really need to get some of those big bats in order to give yourself maximum upsides and hopefully take down a tournament. For those of you who don't know, tonight is the next round for the qualifier for the live final over on Fantasy Aces. The winner tonight is going to get an all-expense-paid trip out to California, a couple days in the sun. You get to have a home run hitting contest over at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. And the big thing is you get to play for your share of a $250,000 prize pool, with $100,000 going to first place. So make sure you guys get over to Fantasy Aces, sign up, and get yourself into that qualifier tonight. And hopefully they'll see you guys out in California in a couple weeks. Thank you guys for signing on. This has been another Value Picks brought to you by rotocurve.com. And as always, stay classy DFS.